job, everybody. Really brought to life this classic Mozart piece, and hopefully you had a lot of fun playing it as well. And there's a lot of notes for the mallet player, especially xylophone. Nice job on all of your soloistic stuff there. I heard a lot of great attempts at getting our dynamics to grow and then fade away. I would say you got to adapt to your room and your environment. So in this room, as you can tell when you're warming up, very boomy. It rains a lot. So you got to be careful because no matter where you play it, I would over-exaggerate dynamics because of that reason. So, and I'm sure you hear that all the time. Make the softers even softer, I think, with this one. That way the loud moments will really be even more exciting, okay? A lot of great technique on all the instruments as I looked up and saw you playing, so great job on the timpani part as well. Nice solid open strokes and letting the resonance, and those drums are great. I'm sure you're like, yeah, it's great. It's great drums. And good mallet selection throughout, so nice job. Whenever you did have to shift and marimba joined the xylophone at times in harmony, all those moments were great. All of the other accessory percussion things in the back, great job with the cymbal crashes and the triangle and the snare drum with one hand. Nice job with that. You might need to work on your single stroke rolls. One-handed single stroke rolls. That's my goal for you, is to work on those. At least maybe get it to where you can, if you don't have two arms the next time you perform it, you know, getting used to maybe trying even to getting those eighth notes in there. Because I know the eighth notes are like 16th notes, so that's something, a challenge for yourself. I'm sure you have many challenges with one arm, but that's just another one I'm adding for you. I would say, like, for example, letter L, if you look at your music, I would say that could be a lot softer because we're about to get to the presto moment and the exciting finale. So I would literally play that as soft as physically possible with be able to stay in time still, and that's my recommendation. Anything like that in this piece, that's just one example. It happens a lot. There's a lot of piano forte, piano forte, piano forte. It's very much on both ends, right? So I would take those to heart as much as possible and try to play as lightly as you can. And make sure you're always, you know, able to hear the melody happening in the xylophone, because it's pretty much, except for letter G and a couple other spots, I mean, that's the melody. So that's where the main theme is. Letter C, same thing. And great job, marimba players, whenever you did have to take over those spots, it didn't lose the focus of the melody. So that's really important. So we're doing a great job with balancing. I think that's fine. Even blending these marimbas together, marimbas 1 through 4, sounded great together. I would say, yeah, just overall, I would say softer. Louder doesn't have to be louder. I think you're great on the loud end of the spectrum. You're awesome. So the soft end, that's where we can just play as delicate as possible, because it still is like supposed to be the classical era, you know. So it's different, like hearing snare drum and triangle and even crash cymbals and marimba and xylophone. Bells, okay, Mozart wrote for bells and timpani, but all the other stuff he didn't really write for, like that wasn't a thing. So we have to do the best we can to make this, it's literally a piano solo, right? So we have to make it the best use that we can of the dynamics, because that's, you know, to me, that's why he was a keyboard player, Mozart, but he wrote a lot when the piano became an instrument. He wrote a lot for the piano because it could display both ends of those dynamic ranges, right? So he was like a kid in the candy store, and that's why he wrote a ton of stuff for piano later on in his short career, but still a ton of his music, the latter half of his young life was piano music. So keep that in mind, just delicate. He wasn't Beethoven, so Beethoven, you can go pretty much, I mean, the thing is Beethoven would do the same thing, right? He would have a lot of wide range of dynamics, but Mozart even more, because he was just showing off that great instrument. So we have to do the same thing. We have to be as delicate as possible. And then when we need to display the power, we can, of course, because we're percussionists. We can dominate. So because you can dominate so well and you can play this so well, I think that's all you need to do is just drop everything down with piano even more. Because you never know what the next room you might play it in could be even boomier, or it could be less live, but you still have that big, it doesn't matter the space to me, just exaggerate, okay? So a lot of fine playing, just keep on working on refining those moments within the piece where we have those big shifts in dynamics, okay? All right, thanks everyone, I enjoyed it.
Thank you. You guys are awesome.
Says their mom.